Probably. Wait, we owned 16 and we're using 7. So basically we could build new ones, but we don't need to because that's what I wrote. I was reading that wrong. We're not using 9. That's the exact number we saw just now, so that's true. I get it. I get it, man. I get it. Alright. Are these just the, Oh, available for construction. Oh, and so we can pick what we need, basically. Cool. Nice. I guess we'll go for sort of a 50-50 civilian and military. Alright, so production. Obviously, when you have an army, a military factory, they're gonna produce stuff. You can basically say, I'm gonna do all my factories, and then you can have 82 rifles a day, instead of the 11 a day that it says now. But you need the factories for that. We don't have the factories. We do have the steel. We could do this. We do not have oil, apparently. That's gonna be a thing. We need to get oil, unless we want this to be built slower, which would probably not bother me. So if you don't have particular elements, it doesn't mean you're not producing the stuff that you need, but you're just doing it slower. There we are. You got 2 years until hell breaks loose. Well, not with the Spanish Civil War, I don't. Spanish Civil War can come pretty quickly. I believe it was 1936 or 7 that it started, so we have a couple of months maybe. But no worries, we will be just fine in that particular time. Alright, we're producing total artillery, total need 3. What? What do you mean total need 3? Oh, we'll check that later. Why? Why do you need 3 of those? Oh, we're stockpiling out those, that's nice. You also see the production efficiency, which starts at 50%, but will go up as you progress. It may, if it's new stuff like new tanks or something, that's gonna be a little bit lower. It's gonna take a longer time to actually accumulate, but it will eventually get very efficient if you maintain control of the factories. Of course, because if those, or rather your resources and the factories, because if you lose either one of those, you can figure it's not going to end well. Alright, so we know that now. Recruit and deploy. We could say we're going to get a new thingy gig. We have cavalry, it looks like, Cavaliera. We have Infanteria, which is regular infantry. And we got a mountain brigade, and we have a brigade Infanteria. What's the difference between that one and that one? Oh, it's a brigade versus a division. Right. So this has 24 artillery, 810 equivalent of guys, and support equipment 30. And what does this do for us? 410, so that's almost half of that, and then 30 support equipment. Basically, if we go for a division, we get artillery. I feel we could take a division to the field, so why not? We'll get one, and then we'll get another one. I'm gonna set this to 1 instead of infinite, and we need to set a location for this as well, and then some mountaineers. No, that's fine. Train them as well. I'm just gonna get some units. I'm not gonna bother with the brigades. I like the Cavaliera. They're quick. They can run around on horses and such, and they are good units as long as you don't have motorized units. Otherwise, they become a little bit obsolete. But we'll need these. We're gonna get 4 more divisions. We want to be ready when Franco does his shit. So I'm gonna say near Madrid, man. All near Madrid. There we go. Learn how to do your shit near Madrid. That rhymes, I know. Now let's look at our production and see if it changes, because we probably need a lot more stuff for this, I'm gonna say. No, actually it hasn't updated. Maybe we should let the game run. I'm gonna say, okay, run it. I know the hotkeys, don't worry. People are gonna probably say, you should use the hotkeys. You're absolutely right. Okay, so I have let the game run for a couple of hours. The standard speed is 1 tick is 1 hour. but that didn't do anything for us, unfortunately. Now you see this little thing here, this little exclamation mark next to this unit. That basically means that it's because of its training, it's suffering attrition. Consider the fact that when you're training an army, or an army group, or an army unit, those guys in that unit are gonna use stuff. They're gonna eat, they're gonna sleep, they're going to shoot live rounds, they're gonna be in vehicles, driving around, or on horseback. All kinds of accidents could happen. The attrition basically mimics that. Says, well, you're training, you're gaining experience, that's great, that's perfect, but it's gonna take something from the men, and you're gonna suffer some, well, wounded, if you will, or otherwise people who sort of, well, fall out of training. You're not good enough. You gotta leave, something like that. So there we go. I guess we're gonna trade with the U.S. for that oil. I think that's a good idea. We could use some trade. So let's do that. Let's go back to the country lists. We don't have a national focus yet. We should. National focus. Equipment effort. 50% research bonus for infantry weapons and support artillery. That is a very good idea. That's what we were going for. So let's go for that. Requires army effort. We don't have army effort. We should. There we are. Experience will also go up. So that's perfect. Let's see, we have 3 civilian factories. Okay, that's great. Let's see if we can do something with that. 3 dockyards and 3 military. I guess I'm gonna stockpile guns. Can we do this? Okay, let's see how far we can bring this. We can go from 5.5 per week to 2.3 per day. I say we do that. We need artillery. Lots of it. And we have plenty of steel. We could max that out with no problem whatsoever. But we don't have that many factories. We have 6 out of 7 used, so if we click one more, all of our military factories are now in use. That makes sense. I like that. We're gonna have lots of guns, that's for sure. So towed artillery. That's the old artillery. Once we have the new artillery, we have to make a template for it and field it as new artillery, basically. And we can switch that out from the infantry brigades or divisions in this case. So our military is doing that. Should we build any more military stuff? I think we should. Let's have a look. Construction. I think I'm gonna build a military factory. We'll build one. Yeah, in Madrid. Why the hell not? We'll start with that. Do a civilian factory in Catalonia. They have 2 out of 8, so basically they're pretty well stocked in that department already. Maybe we should bring some work to less fortunate areas. I don't know. I guess it depends on the workforce that's available there. No, we'll go for Catalonia. There we go. We'll build one in Catalonia. We don't need a naval dockyard. We've got plenty of those. Military factories, though, we could definitely use some more of. 5 out of 6, so that's maxed out. Valencia, maybe? Yeah, why not? We'll get some to Valencia. And that is it. Or not. Is that the max we can do right now? Can we still go for something new? I'll build one in Aragon. Why the hell not? There we go. I'm not quite sure if this is going to do anything, but we might be in time. I don't know. How long does it take? April 1936. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Land forts on the Spanish-French border in Madrid. That's a good idea, actually. That is a real good idea. Let's get a land fort in here. Madrid's gonna have its own land fort. Oh, it's gonna be inside Madrid. Oh, why not? And on the French-Spanish border, you're saying. Okay. Kind of makes me wonder why. But, okay. I'll throw one in there. And I guess we'll increase that priority of the first one. And I'll sort of do that. Like this. I like this. I think I'm gonna go with this. Sort of spread our options around. We have 3 dockyards. I know we have 3 dockyards. I completely understand we have 3 dockyards. We have 3 out of 4. Okay. We should go for a heavy cruiser. There we go. 6.4 per month. Not sure how quickly we'll finish one up, but that's okay. And we're currently building 2 heavy cruisers and 3 of those destroyers. The Charuca class. I have no idea. I'm very not well versed in Spanish history with regards to their ships. I know the Armada, but that's about it. Oh yes. Now that we have an army with an actual general, we can set a battle plan. Of course, you can draw a front line right now, but it would be useless when we go to civil war, for obvious reasons. It's not going to help much. Do we have any commander we can put on this fleet, by the way? Nope, we have no commander left. The only one here is the guy running the army. Okay, cool. We have insufficient resources because we don't have oil. We're going to trade for that. That was what I was planning initially. So let's do that. And let's go and go to the country lists. I guess we'll go to North America for that, because the United States are really nice people. And we could use influence to improve our relations, but right now it's not going to do much. I'd like to trade though. Can I trade stuff with you? I can, probably. I'm gonna say North America. What? How is Guatemala in North America? Sure. Why not? Guatemala apparently migrated to where you can now find Canada. We're gonna get blah blah blah. We use factories currently constructing buildings. Ooh. Well, never mind. We're not gonna do that. That's fine. We're gonna suffer this. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Can you draw a defensive line on the French-Spanish border in case France falls to the Germans really fast? Dude, it's 1936. They're not gonna... They're remilitarizing the Rhineland. That's basically what they're gonna do right now. They're not gonna do much until they've also gotten the Anschluss with Austria. That's right here. And that's in 38. And then in 1939 they're gonna focus on Poland first. So I wouldn't worry about that part. We're gonna be just fine. We're gonna be just fine. It's 36. We're not in 1939 yet. I'm not worried about the Germans right now. That France is a big country to overrun. Trust me. Even with the Germans' army as it was in 36, which was relatively... I mean, they only just remilitarized the Rhineland because of sort of, you know, wanted to show their military prowess, which wasn't much back then. They were still building up. Actually, I have a... I can't show it on stream. I have a book, which is basically... that's an interesting one. One I saved from an auction, which is a yearbook, a German yearbook of the German armed forces in 1936. It's very interesting to see that they were very proud of their of what they produced, and but it pales in comparison to what they had in 39. So That was a real big arms build-up in that period. I'm gonna do one thing before we continue. I have to connect my my laptop to the power cord here. Hold on. Otherwise, I won't be able to see my bot, and I have to turn it on and off all the time because power save. Grabbing my cables, boys. Where's my cables? Oh, in here somewhere. Okay, so I'm sorry for the somewhat ill-prepared bits. I can explain that. We had a big party of my wife's family today, and it was a rather long drive back. And that was a sweltering heat here in the Netherlands. It was actually quite the Spanish little weather. 27, 28 degrees centigrade. So that's, well, almost in the 90s for you guys in the US. It was hot. Good and warm. What's this mouse doing here? And I'm talking about the electronic type. Random mouse is random. Wasn't connected either. So, there we go. I think I'm gonna just take these earmuffs off now and run a game on my speakers. It's not much of a sound game anyway, so it doesn't matter. Although it does have rather good sound sets and music and all that, but that's not why you play it, obviously. Okay. Let's move on, shall we? Alright, there's some numbers up here that I want to explain. There's national unity, which is 50%. That is a problem, actually. Our national unity is not going up or down right now. National unity basically determines how quickly you give up during a war. If it's very low, the French have terrible national unity, for instance, when they start the game. Because there's a lot of factions in France sort of vying over who should be ruling, and there's a lot of discussion and not much agreement on how to run the country, which lowers their will to defend it, to be proud nationally, basically, be ready for an intervention, an organized intervention. Even though they're French and they're going to be proud to be French, obviously. That doesn't matter in this case. Political power, like I said, it has to accumulate and then you can do stuff with it. Get advisors and such. And also do stuff in the diplomacy screen. Manpower. We have 200,000 men we can now draft. Free manpower. We have 150,000 people in the army. Roughly 2,000 men in the air and 18,000, am I reading that right, in the navy. Okay. And then we have factories in use. We're all using them. We're building new ones. Up here, experience, which will accumulate if the army trains or goes into combat. Hopefully they get it from training for now. Once this goes up to about 25, we can start messing with new units that we've developed. Navy experience, sort of the same thing. And air experience, sort of the same thing. So that's split out in 3 categories. I would take 130 in Iraq over 90 in North Carolina any day. Yes. Well, it was a dry heat, I can tell you, but it turned wet real quick at the end. Okay, we got 147 convoys, free of 150, which basically means we can use these for trafficking goods, and also we use them for transferring troops and naval invasion battle plans. But we're not up to that point yet. Alright, so that is sort of it for now. We have logistics, which I can show you, which is sort of an interesting screen where you can see how well we produce stuff that we need, how efficient we produce it, and that will go up. If you do, there's no efficiency for our naval units because we don't have the resources. But still, you know. Alright, so this is going down. We have a deficit of support equipment. That is not good. We're going to have to work on that with more production. But that's fine. I'm pretty sure we'll get that eventually. Deficits. How do we have a deficit? Come on, guys. Really? Yeah, we need a couple of extra factories for sure. But we're getting those. We're getting those. Alright. Let's see. I'm sort of tempted to say we need more of these factories before we do anything else. We'll do this. We need that. Alright, let's get the game going. I'm sorry, I should use the hotkeys. People complained in other streams that people don't use the hotkeys. I'm gonna use the hotkeys. We're gonna put it to speed 2. Not too fast. We're gonna see some of these armies move up here. There we go, they're moving around. As you can see, we can zoom in on them. Here we go, they're walking and they're walking. They're gonna take hours and hours and hours to get there, but that's fine. And they're already taking attrition. It's just 40% because they're going through the snow marching. Holy crap, man. There we are. Division belongs to an army but has no orders assigned. Oh yeah, we should exercise. That's the exclamation mark, not the skull. That's exercise. There we are. We're gonna do exercising. There we go. And then this should slowly go up. Very slowly indeed. But we've got the army focus, so we should be okay. As you can see, our political power is also rising by 1 a day, which is not much. But hey, it's something. Just gonna let the game run. As days fly by in January of 1936. I'm gonna get everyone in here. And as soon as they arrive, we're gonna put them all in the same army. Basically. Yeah. Get into the same army. There was a way to do that. Select all. I forgot how. Units attrition, possession 6%. Okay, they are practicing. Are you now practicing or not? Are you in the same army? No, you're not. Right click on an existing army to create a new one, or assign them. Okay. That bit is still a bit difficult for me. So forgive me if I don't do that right. I am, however, going to make sure they're all in the same army. If I can. Where do we right click? I never know that. Right click an existing army. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, so oh my. If only I knew how to do this. You have to stop exercising? Is that it? Dude. I'm not sure what you're doing, but... Okay, hold on. They simplified the game in all the right places. Well, I wish that was the case. Yeah, there's no... I don't know where there's a merge button. I still have to figure that out. Is there a merge button here that I should be looking at? Right, maybe here? Default map mode. No. It's not down here, definitely. Oh, wait. Yeah, right click over here. That makes sense. Right, they're all exercising now. How's our experience daily is not that high. Maybe we should get the rest of those divisions, right? That might actually not be a bad plan. We'll get them in there. Get them to join up here. The Spanish army. Gonna train all of you boys. Okay, they're all in the same deal now. Good. And let's get them going, of course. Now they're all gonna suffer attrition. And apparently Division belongs to our army who has no orders assigned. You should all practice, man. Stop the exercise of this army. You have orders. How do you say you don't have orders? You have orders. You have, like, lots of orders. Okay. Well, we're just gonna let this run for a bit. Are brigades bigger than... No, the brigades are smaller than divisions. They're basically in the Napoleonic system... divisions are one step down from armies, but can function as armies, miniature armies. And brigades are one step down from divisions. And a division has at least 2 brigades, but usually more. And then you get regiments and battalions, platoons, companies. I'm not sure what the order is there. I think it's platoon, company, battalion, regiment. Not entirely sure. At all. Alright, now so we've got a couple of guys coming on in. I hope they automatically merge into this. It looks like they might. Yeah, what the? Organization is very low under this guy. Come on! Come on, Jose, do your freaking best. Really, these guys, you know, they're expecting stuff from you, man. Okay. This one as well. There we go. Neato. He's training all of them. And holy crap. Reliability is 90%, total artillery 80%. So that's where things go wrong, I would think. They're training with stuff that's not entirely dependable. Hey! I mean, we're not gonna bother with that, are we? Yeah, you need to train with all of them. There we go. So now we've got everyone training. Half a point a day. That's not gonna do much for us. Let's go up one step and see what happens the next day. We should get a point here at some point. Alright. Got the Navy. They can't train because, oh my, we still have an army division right here. The Baleares. Well, we're gonna keep that. And we also have these guys down here. And we have several troops down here as well. Okay, well that's okay. We do have to defend North Africa and whatnot. And our little island here. I think it's, what's that, a pizza or something? Probably. Don't know. Their organization is not going up much though. Total attrition 6%. They're good, they're well supplied. Plan preparation, attack bonus. Do we need like a battle plan made or something? Front line. I guess we need to set a front line. Yeah, so we're gonna pretend that France is the problem. And Brits are the problem. No, that's fine. Okay, yeah. And they're gonna say, burb. I don't know. Are they gonna train now? Are you getting some experience? Does it do anything for us? I don't know. We'll see. No idea. Okay, yeah, they're gonna be... Whoa! Are these guys on training or what? I think so. Yeah, they've been ordered into that area now. Interesting. Oh, they can do rail travel? I'm stupid. I marched everyone across the country while I could be using railways. Yeah, that was a little stupid. Let's see how this is going. Okay, that military factory is gonna be done in time. That's nice. We have gained army experience. Woohoo! Awesome. Fuck you. Mallorca, of course it's Mallorca. I knew that. Mallorca, and right next to it is Menorca, I guess. The Balearics. Oh, hello, the Spanish election. Oop, break. There we are. The Second Republic has proven to be a fragile existence. Manuel Azana can be president with the backing of the Popular Front, a broad coalition of left-wing groups supported by Republicans, communists and anarchists. But the right-wing opposition, encompassing conservatives, monarchists and fascists, is also beginning to unite for the cause, bringing down the Popular Front. Whichever coalition falls apart, their opponents are likely to take advantage of their internal conflicts to launch a revolution. This election is not the final test Spain will have to endure to resolve this conflict. I am gonna say I'm gonna maintain the Popular Front. They're awesome. They're my buddies. They're my bros.